crop tops and compression shorts, and I would usually like wear a robe out. Like I was going to my friend's house, so it'd be like, yeah, I'm going straight to his house. Child, as soon as we got in that fucking car, robe off, crop top out. It was giving like a mess. Pause. Brian looks good every day. Let's not even go there. But I'm still ratchet royalty, okay? Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to all you beautiful people out there in the world, and welcome back to the Royal Gang. Oh, I don't like that eye. Hold on, let's do this one. Okay, y'all, I just want to say, like, words cannot describe how much I love that y'all love me and how much y'all really rocking with your boy and fucking with your boy, okay? Because, baby, when I tell you, when I look at these views, after I post one time, I go back and be like, oh my God, they really enjoy my content. Like, oh my God, like, I love y'all. So stop what you're doing right now. Subscribe. Click the bell on, like, click the bell right behind, you know. So now you know whenever I post. When I post, you already watching it. You already know. You get notifications sent to your phone. Like, you already know what's going on, okay? It's your boy Royalty, right? Okay, if you didn't know. But y'all, I am here today because I'm doing a Q&A. Ooh, bars. I'm here today because I'm doing a Q&A. But y'all, so it is actually 4 in the morning right now. Your boy is doing an all-nighter. I think I might actually do that a separate video one day. Just pulling a straight all-nighter and showing y'all like why I be up all the time. Like real night owl shit. But nevertheless, I'm doing a Q&A and I asked people on Instagram specifically because I don't be on other, I be on other like social media, but like Instagram is my main thing. So I was like, on my story, I told people to send questions and then also, or DM me or whatever. So some people DM me and then some people sent questions. So we're gonna go through that. But it all started when 2 individuals who I do not know sent me questions from seeing my YouTube. Now, if you guys do not remember, I did a Ride Talks about the Nphc. For those who don't know, I am a member of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated, and yes, I am also LGBT. So those 2 individuals were just trying to get advice on that, and I did the video on that, and I guess they wanted more elaboration. So I'm going to read those questions that they sent me. Of course, I already responded to both of them within the DM, but we're gonna read this. So it may be a little lengthy, but stick with me. So I love that they, first off, they recognized me as, you know, who I was, Royalty. So this one is the first one. It says, hey Royal, I wanted to reach out because I saw a video you did on LGBT and D9. I am currently showing interest in a sorority right now. I expressed my interest to one of them and I'm cool with her. She told me not to miss the phone call and we talked. Now that the semester is starting, she gave me some pointers where to look at when the time for rush is and attend certain public events for her sisters to know me more. She told me to unfollow the sorority page and to not tell anyone about my interests. Does this mean that they're interested in me? What should I do next? By the way, this is an account I made randomly. Now the twist is that I'm a trans woman and they do not know. Do you think it would be an important decision for me to let them know before rush or after I get an invitation and pay the dues? Now, I'm doing these responses because I already, like I said, responded to these individuals, but I'm doing these responses on YouTube and publicly because this may not be like the only person who's like feeling this way or needs this advice. So it may be someone else who needs this advice and hasn't yet to sought out for those answers. So I'm here for y'all. I'm telling you, I'm always here for y'all. I literally had a conversation with both of these individuals, but for this individual, I gave them the response. I'm gonna try to keep it short because I did give them a lengthy response, but as a whole, this person's trying to join a sorority. They said, after talking to them further, they said that they're not quote unquote clockable. So they have been seen as just a woman, and they are a woman. But my thing is, certain D9 organizations do have certain, I guess, laws and have not fully been progressive with accepting everything. My advice to this person was to simply see where, one, the laws are with that sorority, and to also see how the members of that chapter, because it's different all over the country, see how the members of that chapter feel about LGBT individuals. Like, they don't need to even, like, you don't need to like blow your own spot up. Just be like, oh yeah, like, do we do anything? Like, I would ask like the president or somebody, or like just random sisters, be like, do we do things for like, you know, the LGBT community, or do we like work with them? Like, how do we feel about them? Like, you know, just make a random conversation, like, but make it, of course, it's gonna make sense, but like, still, like, start the conversation to see how they feel. And if they show their true colors, then be like, oh no, we don't, then it's like, But from what she told me, she basically said that she had a friend who was already in it, and a part of the organization, and she was already giving her pointers and helping her, make her way in there. But ultimately, like I said in the last video, if y'all don't remember, always go to the events, okay? Make yourself visible, make yourself known. Like, the more they see you, the more they're like, oh, okay, that shawty here, she's supporting, I see her, like, yeah. And then eventually, like, you can ease your way into having that conversation with one of the members to tell you that you're interested. Never, ever make it publicly known that you are interested in an organization. She messaged me from a private account. Very smart, okay? Very smart. So, yeah, never make it publicly known that you are interested in front of people. Like, it's just like, no. Like, you could tell the members, yes, but make sure y'all like secluded and like nobody, like, yeah, because it's very discreet. Everything's discreet and very private. So those are the main points that I could give for someone who was in this similar situation. Trans or not, like, but the fact that she is trans is just more solidifies the fact that you should find out how they feel about LGBT rights and what their views are within that chapter, because every chapter is different. And also find out the sorority laws, because every organization also has laws. If I'm not mistaken, I think Delta has laws about having trans individuals, but I could be wrong, I don't know. But yeah, that's what I gave to her. Then I got a second one from a individual who is a sophomore in college right now, and they said they were watching my video about being LGBT and Nphc as well, and they had a few questions, so this is theirs. They sent me some lengthy ass messages, y'all, but I live for it. I love it, especially because it came from YouTube, so it's like, oh. Okay, so I guess my first question would be this. At my university, I am kind of stuck between two fraternities. Now, it's a guy. The first one is the fraternity that my father is a part of, and like most fathers, he would like if I carried on his legacy. The second one, however, I feel like is more accepting towards gay and bisexual men, because every time I spoke to the members of that organization, I have never felt slighted or discounted because of my orientation. I went to an event for the other fraternity last year and never felt so ignored ever. The only time someone spoke to me was to tell me that I couldn't sit in a certain row. So my question to you would be this. Is it bad to pick a fraternity over another because of experience like that? If I choose the second fraternity, I won't be my father's legacy. I will have to wait until my junior year because they are inactive until 2023. Secondly, how do I go about seeing if they are accepting? Now, like I said, I responded to these individuals already, but I'm gonna send the thing I told him up. So basically, this is a huge thing within not just the male portion of it all, like guys wanting to follow their father's legacy, but a lot of women do the same thing. Y'all gotta live for y'all. And that's the thing I think people forget, is that unlike white sororities, the D9 is forever, baby. Like, white sororities be like, yeah, we pledge, we stick together, da 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 da. Child, by the time they in their 30s and 40s and 50s, they forgot what organization they're a part of in college. Like, us, this shit is forever because we created it to be forever. Like, this is a thing like bonded in us, ingrained essentially. So it's like when you join a D9 organization, you're a for lifer, unless you decide to denounce somehow, because some people are doing that nowadays. But yeah, otherwise you're for lifer. Like, this is it, like, period. Like, of course we have life members, but regardless, you're always going to be a member. Like, we do this forever. Like, you're always going to be a part of that D9 organization, and the Nphc in general. So my thing to you is live for yourself. If you have a similar thing to what this person asked, live for yourself. That's what I'm gonna say first. Live for yourself, because if you don't, you're gonna be unhappy. Because joining, like he said, joining that organization that is obviously homophobic or feels some way about a different sexual orientation, it's like, why would I sit up here and make myself uncomfortable, put myself down, and dim my light to be a part of this organization that seems homophobic, or this chapter that seems homophobic, just because I want to be my father's legacy? That's not happening. Like, that's not it. And for those who may not know or remember, I am a legacy myself. My grandfather is the founder of my organization. And for me, it wasn't ever like, oh, I want to be his legacy because I want to be his legacy. No, it was more so I didn't want to be Greek from the jump. Like, everybody who knew me knew I wanted to be Greek. Like, I did not want to be Greek at all. And then over time, the more and more I learned as I got older, because I would always be around Iota, I was like, okay, more interested. And I saw where I fit the best. And there were other organizations like that was just like, I don't feel comfortable. Like, I don't feel like I can be myself. And with IOTA, it was like, I can be my full-on authentic self. There's other organizations that people feel like they can do that with, but sometimes you got to narrow it down, because not even sometimes, you have to narrow it down, because you can't be a part of two organizations at one time. But you have to really feel like, what is for me? Like, what can I see myself doing long term? And that's what I did. And I feel like for him, well, you, if you're watching again, even though we talked, do what's best for you. And if this also relates to you, do what's best for you. That's all I can say. And as far as seeing when they're accepting, I feel like, one, you wait. Even if they waiting until, you say, your junior year, because they're inactive until 2023. Look, 2023 is about to be here. It's around the corner. So that means right now, get your money up. That's the thing people got to do. Make sure your grades are good at all times. Okay, make sure you stay on your grades, because that shit is crucial. Okay, they look at grades when you're applying, but also stay and stack your money up, because if them dudes be okay, the cheapest is at least like $1 to $1,200. Okay, and then I know the bigger organizations, they go up to $2K, I think. So I would say start stacking your bread, excuse me, if you're serious about it. Like, if you're really serious about it, then start stacking your bread and be like, all right, I'm on this shit. But other than that, like, don't make yourself uncomfortable, don't dim your light, and always stay true to you. Like, that's all I can ever say. Y'all know I'm all about authenticity, because I'm just like me. I'm always be me, as you see. Okay, like, I don't give a fuck. So, period. Like, just be you and go live your life and fuck these other fraternities, because at the end of the day, stop following your parents. Like, and I hate when parents be like, oh, I'm not paying for that if you're not joining my org, or I'm not doing this. And now y'all making your child resent you, because it's like, now they feel like they have to join your org simply because, oh, my parents gonna pay for it if I don't do that. And I've seen that personally. Like, I've seen individuals who wanted to be an IOTA, but because their dad happened to be a Kappa and they weren't pledging Kappa, the father was like, oh yeah, I'm not paying for that. And it's like, what? Or I've seen a woman, her daughter wanted to be in Sigma Gamma Rho, but she was a Delta, and it was like, oh, well, I'm not paying for that. And it's like, it's not you. You lived your life. A lot of adults be having Peter Pan syndrome, like, shit, y'all need to grow up. You lived your life. You had your college experience. Now it's your child's turn. And this is why I admire so much when there are different generations of different organizations. Like a mother that's an AKA, and then her daughter's a Zeta, and then her sister's SG Rho. Like, I love that. Like, that shows that it doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter. It's about what you felt was best for you. So again, do what is best for you. That's all I'm gonna leave it at, period. Wherever you feel comfortable, and hopefully you find the right people and surroundings, because even within that organization or within that chapter, you find people outside of that chapter still in the organization that you like can bond with. Because me personally, I didn't really click with my chapter, but when I got out into the rest of the org, it was like, family, love, like all greatness. Like, it was like, I love this, like, yes. So sometimes it's not gonna always happen in the chapter, but it's gonna happen in the org. And as long as you know the org is right for you, that's all that matters, period. And that's that on that. Those are 2 questions I got from that portion of it. Now, the questions from the DMs and freaking Instagram. So we're gonna start with this first one. I'm gonna just keep it anonymous for all y'all, so nobody knows who you are. This person said, what's something you are self-conscious about? So that's a good question. Something I'm typically self-conscious about is I want to say the way I'm like speaking. Like, when I'm talking, I am always trying to elaborate, but not elaborate, but more so just like enunciate. There we go. That's the word. I'm always trying to enunciate, because I feel like, ooh, y'all understand me? Because a lot of people here in LA don't understand my Baltimore accent, and I do talk really fast. So like, if y'all can keep up and understand me and hear me, then I'll be like, I fucks with you. You get it, okay? But a lot of other times, a lot of people don't, and I just be like, damn, let me slow it down. So I'm always real self-conscious of like, am I talking too fast? Am I like, can this person understand me? Are they getting what I'm saying? Like, did it just like sound like a bunch of mumbles or a run-on sentence? Because sometimes it do be sounding like that the way I be moving with my tongue. My tongue moves. Okay, so that would be that. I'm gonna try to rush these quicker because I don't want to make this a long video. I'm like, oh. Another person, next person says, how has your 2022 been? So, 2022 has been a great ride of lessons, and I feel like we've all been growing a lot. For me, 2022 started, for those who have kept up with me, I was deeply in love with, at least I thought I was, in love with a person that I was dating at the time, and that quickly altered and changed. And then I kind of had a ooh moment, but I've been getting myself back together. I've been still on my goals and my resolutions for the year, and I checked in recently with my resolutions, and I've been knocking them out and my vision board. So I'm really excited. Everything has been coming together slowly but surely. It has been a struggle. Like, we're in a recession, and now with the monkeypox out, it's just like we might go into another pandemic. It's so much going on in the world. But I will say, like, this has been a great lesson. Like, this year was my golden year, and I think it has been the biggest lessons of all. And I've been open to so much more. Been open to new love, been open to new experiences, been open to adventure and just happiness and pure authenticity. And that's something that you can never get back. So for me, I feel like 2022 compared to 2021, child, because 2021, that bitch had me by the throat, okay? But 2022, she squared up with me, but like, it's like she got close and was like, you know what? You got heart. Like, you got heart. Because 2022 was like, bitch. And I was like, bitch, wait, hold on. I'm trying to fight you too, bitch. But she was like, no, bitch, I got you. 2022 is like, bitch, what's up? And I'm like, bitch, what's up? And she's like, oh, you got heart. And she walked her ass away. She slowly walking her ass away. She like, that bitch got heart. Hold on. That bitch got heart. And it's like, yeah, bitch, I do. What's up? Like 2021 took me through enough where 2022 is like, bitch, I'm not scared of you. So 2023, I'm ready. Throw it my way. It's gonna always be a roller coaster. I think the more we accept that we're gonna live through a roller coaster, especially my controlling ass, I love to have order. I'm realizing the less I want order and have order, it's like I'm just letting myself ride the wave, and it's been beautiful. So that's what I would say. What is your greatest accomplishment as of now? Wow. Greatest accomplishment as of now. I have a lot of greatest accomplishments. Damn. Because I can, from finishing school, getting my bachelor's in psychology, to becoming a certified HIV counselor, to getting my own apartment, a nice, like, luxury apartment, actually, on top of that, child. Because they're definitely ain't cheap. But I don't want to sound materialistic, because, like, honestly, those things are all like materials to me. Like, those are all materialistic. When I think of actual accomplishments as of now, I want to say being truly authentic to who I am at all times. That is the biggest accomplishment as of now to me, period. Look, I'm being real with y'all. Go make me tear up, hold on. But yeah, I'm gonna move on from that because that might start off. Yeah. What's the Nicki verse or song that will always hold a special place in your heart? Shout out to the fellow Barbs. Yeah, like, y'all know what it is. Y'all know. If y'all know, y'all already know I'm a Barb, so it gives. But the Nicki verse or song that will always hold a special place in my heart. I automatically thought about my favorite Nicki song, but it's not about holding a special place. It's just that she like really went off on that one, so I'm not gonna say that one. And then another song I thought of was also because of the fact that it always made me cry, and I loved it so much. But one that I actually feel like will always hold a special place in my heart has to be The Night Is Still Young. That was a song that I shared like with my best friend. We were like growing up, but also like when that song came out, it was just like, we were just always like out, and it was so much fun. It reminds me of like being youthful and just having fun. But also I remember when I first saw, she was the first person I ever seen live. So when I first saw Nicki, she closed with that song, and it was just like, this is iconic, because it's so true. Like, the night is still young. No matter what time it is, no matter where you're at, the night is still young, and so are we. No matter how old you are, how seasoned you are, the night is still young, and so are we. Okay, so I would say the night is still young. It always makes me feel youthful, makes me feel happy, especially when I'm lit in the club and it comes on. I just be like, oh my god, so are we. Okay, but yeah, that's definitely the song, because that always gets me like in my feels and happy. Like, it just makes me feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad to be alive. The night is still young. We're gonna always be young. Makes me feel like, tonight we are young. What's one thing about you you've noticed that has evolved over the past 5 years? I would have to say my temper. Although I still get easily irritated, y'all. Don't let me fool you. I'm not gonna fool you at all. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all always. I do get easily irritated still. But the thing is, I've gotten a lot better than my past 5 years self, because over these last 5 years, I think my tolerance and patience has become so much better, because I stayed on go. Like, for those who know my past, you know my past. Like, going from fighting damn near every year in school, throwing chairs at people, getting in brawls, like getting suspended, getting put out, like, child, I've done a lot. So I think, like, for what my temper used to be growing up to what it is now, I know how to self-reflect and be aware of like how I'm feeling, and be like, self-isolate. And a lot of people think like I do have an avoidant personality sometimes, because I avoid conflict. Usually, like I said, if y'all remember, with friends and family or like significant others, because I don't like conflict with those people who are so close to me, but anybody else can get it, the fuck. But for me, ultimately though, it's like I try to avoid doing all that extra rah. Like, trust me, if it's really giving that, it could give that. That's not an issue for me. But usually I'm like, do I really want to do this right now? Like, do I really need to put my energy into this? Because now it's about an energy thing, and I'm big on energy now. So it's like, if I feel like you're taking my energy and a person's taking me out of my space, I'm like, sweetie, I'm good. We're good. Like, until you put your hands on me or really get in my face, I'm good. Like, you can do all of this, I'm gonna walk away unless you have that to yourself, okay? Until you really trying to be about something, I'm good. Because the way I'm set up here, not okay. Not okay. Like, not okay. Like, I literally was in middle school throwing chairs at people and fighting them, like, hard ass chairs from across the room. Like, I have proof. Like, my best friends and people from middle school who know, like, bitch, Ryan do not play. So I know what I'm capable of, and I'm not about to take myself back to that place. So I just be like, my tolerance and my anger and patience has gotten so much better over these years. So shout out to me. Shout out to being spiritual, okay? Because the spirituality, meditating, everything has helped me tremendously. But one thing I will say that kind of made me think about, about being authentic to myself, was that recently I posted a picture. I'm gonna put it right here. I posted this picture on Instagram, and like, I was low-key scared at first, I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, I've always been this feminine individual, very flamboyant, very like, everybody know, right, loud, right, and it was like, I didn't care about that. It was like, I was always me. But to be like my full-blown like bad bitch self, I never got to do that. Like, obviously because I was young, I guess, but like also it was just like I wasn't given the opportunity and the space to do so. The only time I did was when I went out, and then I still had to hide, because like I would go to my best friend's house and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stay at my best friend's house, we just gonna do da 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 da, and then my grandparents be like, okay, but Child, we was going to the club. Going to the club at 15, 16. Like, if y'all want to watch that story time, that's a couple on there, my story times. But yeah, going to the club at 15, 16, wearing crop tops and compression shorts. And I would usually like wear a robe out. Like I was going to my friend's house. So it'd be like, yeah, I'm going straight to his house. Child, as soon as we got in that fucking car, robe off, crop top out. It was giving like a mess. Like even then, I got my first tattoo when I was 16. So it was just like, y'all, I had to hide it from my grandmother. My mother approved it, but my grandmother did not. So it was like, look. But now I'm grown, so cat's out of the bag, bitch. Next question. I'm sorry, y'all. Bitch, let it talk. How did you know you were gay? Bitch. What I tell y'all about this question? The last Q&A I did, I told y'all about this question. Like, how'd you know you were straight? Like, I don't like this question because it's like, it's not of a knowing thing. It's just, it happens and it is what it is. Like, it's natural. It's human. You were born this way. I was born this way. Sweetie, the fuck? But no, if you must know, I knew I was gay when I saw motherfucking Omarion and You Got Served. I was like, damn, that man fine as fuck. That boy fine as fuck. And he could dance. And he got little cornrows and everything. Omarion was one of my first crushes. He was one of my first crushes ever. And I was on his dick forever. Like, I really was. Like, child, that was my man. Nobody could tell me shit about Omarion. And then I got older and I was like, Omarion cool. And then Trey Songz came along and I was like, Trey Songz. Child, I homie hopped. Okay, I homie hopped. It was Omarion, Trey Songz, it was Bow Wow, it was a lot. Like I had all their posters, everything, but like they were the main three. And that's why I was like, bitch. I like men's. That's what it was. Okay. These questions all came from the same person, it looked like. Oh, it did, yeah. Mrs. My question is, are you single? Looking eyes. Yes, I am single. I'm currently single as a Pringle, okay? I am currently single and dating, okay? I am single and dating. That's the way I can emphasize that. To me, there are tiers. So if you do not know, there is single and not dating. You just single and you lonesome, okay? Single and dating is you are single, but you're openly dating individuals who are interested in you and you're interested in them. You could have a whole catalog if you wanted to, but I don't have all that. Then there is dating exclusively, because after dating, you have to eventually choose one of those people. So yeah, dating exclusively, you choose that one person, it's just y'all. After dating exclusively, after a certain amount of time, you go to then tier 4, I believe, yes, tier 4, and then y'all are in a relationship. Y'all are officially committed in a relationship, hopefully long-term and monogamous, but hey, to each his own. And then after that, it gets, fiance and then married and then boom. Well, not that's a good boom though. I don't want to say like blow up, but like, yeah, boom, it's all good and shit. So I'm currently at the second tier. I am single and dating. That answers your question. So yeah. Next question, I believe it's the last one. It says, what's your type? So my type is, I feel like I used to say I don't have a type, but I think I'd be lying when I say that shit, I ain't gonna lie. Because essentially my type is, it varies. It goes off of how I feel about you, like as a person. Like if I can see internally you're a good person, it's already like, ooh, especially obviously you gotta be physically attractive. And then I have like a bunch of tests before I actually be like, I'm interested in a person anyway, but I'm not telling you all that, actually, you know all that. But yeah, I look at you and I'm like, okay, they're attractive, cool. What usually draws me to a person is facial hair, because I'm not one to, like, as y'all can see, I've always been like this. I don't grow hair like that, at least not like on my outer parts, like right here and stuff. So, or visible spots. But I've never been a hairy person, so I'm always attracted to someone who like grows a lot of hair. Like I love like facial hair, like the beard, the mustache, like the hair on the head. Like I love locks too, because I'm like, oh, that's the biggest form of hair, especially for black people. I love that. Black men, so fine. But yeah, I love hair. I love me like not a little quirky person. Like I love a quirky person. I would say for me, if you guys have seen New Girl, there's a character on New Girl, and that is literally my type. Okay, I have to look it up, y'all. I totally lost my train of thought because I haven't seen New Girl in a little minute, but I love New Girl. But yeah, so Winston, if you watch the show, Winston is like literally my type. Like literally, like he's comical. He has like little witty and sarcastic jokes, but also very quirky, very down and very like hopeless romantic, but also like a little freak, but also like that little like in him. And it's just like, it's weird, but it's also like cute to me. Like I've always been attracted to those individuals like that. But then I like my man to have a little like a lot of hood, but like a little like sprinkle, like a little like I beat your ass if I need to, like, oh I want to, you know what I'm saying? That type of vibe. Like knowing that like if it was to go down, we both fucking shit up. Like I don't want to be like I'm the only one fighting and my man like, oh you wildin'. Like no, like I want to be like, oh babe fighting, oh what's up, who fucking with babe? Like that's the type of shit I like. Like it's just like, yeah, they fucking with me, let's fuck with me and stuff. Like no ratchet shit, but like, you know, but still like if it's really called for. But typically very quirky, very chill, very like handsome, hairy individuals, and just yeah, that's usually it. There has been like, thinking about all my exes or people I've dealt with, like there's been similarities throughout, although they all look very different, but there's always a commonality. So it's usually either they have a lot of hair, whether it's beard or on top of their head, or they have a quirky personality. Sometimes it's both, so it just draws me in even more. It's like they're quirky, especially when they look real chill, and it's like they not, because that's my opposite, like a real chill motherfucker, but like whole time they quirky as fuck. It's like, I see you. Like I attract individuals who are usually introverted and like that, so it's like really interesting. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Hopefully I answered all of the people who asked questions to the best of my ability. I did, but hopefully you guys got the answer that you needed, and hopefully this helps somebody. And if y'all want a part 2, let me know, because I have no problem doing a part 2. I just didn't know that this would be this so maybe I might cut this, I don't know, we'll see. But nevertheless, always remember, if your crown never falls, pick it up and learn that lesson. Peace, love, and blessings. This is Royalty Rye, and he says goodbye.